So please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera. Behind the camera. No, see, now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Arnold. Name?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic.
That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God! And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog.
How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
how
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try
you
this
gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Little left. Where?
So much for that.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and happy holidays from the Pascal Show. Yes, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I grew some antlers, I guess, or something. It's a little floppy. They're a little floppy and lopsided and whatnot. I'm trying to get it right. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well out there, having a good old time. It is the last show that we have, the last live show before Christmas, before the first one. You know what I'm saying? Before we give away Christmas gifts and eat a whole bunch of cookies and drink a whole lot of eggnog and make passes at the well, actually, no. Holiday parties have already happened, I guess, if they weren't canceled, that is. But hopefully you guys are all enjoying your time. Today, I got my fellas in the house. Happy holidays, my brothers. What's good? What's a guan?
Good to see you this morning. Hopefully you can lead the way with your... Do you got a red nose on the top of that thing? I can't see.
I don't think... No, there's no red nose. Like, it's tough because, like, I don't really fully fit it. See what I'm saying? Like, there's a head up there. It's just all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? It's all the way up there. But
you're
anyway.
Still a pack leader in my eyes, Pascal.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Without the red nose.
Damn
Get a
right.
stick of lipstick and put it on your nose. Nice
There
red.
you go. You know, that's precisely what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I need to do. But honestly, it is hot as balls. Woo! I need to take that thing off. But anyway, I hope you guys are all having a good one. You know what I'm saying? This is the last show before we have the holidays, before we jump into the crazy times of the holidays. There's a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of things to go through. You know, especially with this whole Rona thing. Obviously, we've been on a crazy vaccine and coronavirus watch. But as we were talking about it right underneath us right here, you know, UK is canceling Christmas. We already talked about this last night or on yesterday morning show. It is terrible that Boris Johnson had to go to the podium and address his British people and say that they had to cancel Christmas. It's crazy that we're even telling these stories and talking about this, but unfortunately, we got to do everything we can, especially to all my brothers and sisters out there in England, in Great Britain. We got to do whatever we can to stop the spread from happening. But right now, there is a new super spreader. There's a new strain of coronavirus in the UK. We got a whole lot of things that we got to talk about in regards to coronavirus. We're going to jump into it, get it all out of the way right now. David's got the story on this. What's going on with this new strain of coronavirus in the UK?
All right. So what's happened recently is, like you mentioned, a new strain showed up in the UK. We've seen something similar before in China and Malaysia. We're not sure if they're related yet. However, CDC says that given the small fraction of U.S. infections that have been sequenced, the variant could already be in the United States without having been detected. And this makes sense because, when we did the retroactive search for COVID, it turned out it was in most places in December or January, much earlier than we even knew it existed. It's very possible we already have been exposed in this country to the variant and we just don't know yet. However, travel between the U.S. and UK, according to the CDC, increases the likelihood of importation. They go on to say, we expect that the Moderna vaccine induced immunity would be protective against the variants recently described in the UK. We are still performing additional tests in the coming weeks. On the other hand, Pfizer says they're still generating data on this new variant and on how they're looking into how well blood samples from immunized people might be able to neutralize the new strain. So we're not sure how much it really does protect against the new strain yet.
Mm-hmm.
Some researchers examining the genome of the UK variant are concerned that these mutations might diminish the vaccine's effectiveness. And this person, who is Trevor Bedford, associate professor in the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center, says that you could imagine some modest hit in vaccine efficacy, which wouldn't be good, but I don't think it would break the vaccine. He goes on to say, it doesn't make people more sick, and it doesn't seem to have any impact on the protective nature of the vaccine. Actually, this is from Fauci, sorry. Fauci's the one that said that. And then he goes on to say, there is a clear evidence that there is more of it in the population than there is real evidence that the variant is more transmittable, he said. So basically, we know it's spreading. However, we don't know if it's spreading more so than the regular version, because a lot of places aren't doing genome breakdowns of the vaccine, because a virus is it's not necessarily alive, so it doesn't have full DNA. However, it does have at least partial strands of DNA, which seems like this mutation is allowing it to just transmit much easier, which suggests that it's much more survivable and hardy than the previous versions, because it would suggest it can spend more time in the air or spend more time exposed to the environment, and you can still ingest it and still get infected. So it would also mean that you need less less of a measure of the vaccine or the virus to get sick if it's more contagious. So we're still looking at it as in America is still looking at it. Both Pfizer and Moderna are looking at it as well. Moderna seems more positive. Pfizer doesn't seem to know what it is quite yet, and both of them had reported not having any problems before. Which kind of goes into the next thing. I don't know if you want me to talk about the.
Of course, so they're saying that it's not as severe, or it's not more severe than the Rona, like the original strain, right?
Right.
But it's just much more contagious. It's easily obtainable. This new strain, correct?
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that's absolutely abundantly clear. Because when people hear a super spreader coronavirus strain, they automatically think like it's all the stuff, all the issues that you have with the Rona, with the original times two, like the sickness and the tightness of the chest in the chest and all that stuff. So I wanted to make sure that was abundantly clear real quick before we start thinking before we start thinking that that the strain is suddenly pus starts shooting out your eyeballs and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people are going, what does this mean? What does this mean? Oh my God. You know what I mean? So, but now I know that there is, what was the next piece that you were going to say?
I was just going to go into how there's nanoparticle in the vaccines that weren't supposed to be there before.
Yes. You know what? Before you go into the nanoparticle part, there is that other part where they're saying something in regards to the vaccine, whether it has any lasting power due to this new strain in the UK. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're looking at that still. Some scientists think this variant seems to have roughly 25 mutations, and a lot of geneticists and genome specialists seem to think that the vaccine won't be as effective on it, so it won't stop it. If you get sick from it, you shouldn't notice much difference, but you should definitely adhere. Well, you're not going to know what strain you have first off, but if you did somehow know, you'd want to be extra careful not to be near anyone during this case, because this one, I'm not even necessarily sure that our current standards to stop the regular vaccine would have much of an effect on a hardier, more transmittable disease, or virus, I mean. But yeah, to be perfectly clear, this will not hurt anyone any more than the normal COVID. You're just more likely to get it. So that means it's hardier. It means it can survive exposure, because it's very hard for a virus to leave one person and get to another and survive. It's just that they sneeze out billions, and you only need a few thousand to get sick off of them. And yeah, so that is kind of what we're looking at here. And so what that really means effectively is if these 25 mutations in the specific virus, they actually could make it immune to the vaccine, or it could be that they just don't have the proper protein structures for the vaccine to target anymore. Basically, we just don't know. It's very new. The previous outbreaks were in Asia. If it's the same virus strand, we don't know. So this is the first time, Western English-speaking states are all doing this research together, since it's the first time it showed up here, as far as we know. Yeah, that's it.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, it's fascinating to me that they are putting out this vaccine. Of course they did the warp speed, right? Took it out, put it out as quickly as they could. This is too hot. Woo! Man, I'm serious. I could be in sub-zero weather. I could give out the vaccines. I could deliver the vaccines with this thing on, and nothing else, and I'd be just fine. Sub-zero level, sub-zero degrees, and I'd be just fine. Say that again.
Say the Pfizer vaccine's at almost absolute zero. I'm pretty sure that's enough to freeze hydrogen. I don't know if you want to be around that.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. But still, this is hot as balls. So anyway, moving on. No, it's just interesting that they warp speed this whole thing out, and then all of a sudden there's a new strand out there, and they're sitting there going, okay, well, we're putting this stuff out to the UK to see what happens, like we talked about last week, I think, when they started to administer, or when they started to send out about 800,000 vaccines to the UK. So it's interesting that the UK right now, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Real talk, my thoughts and my heart and thoughts go out to England right now, because they are literally the guinea pigs right now, which really sucks. Which really, really sucks. But moving on to the next thing. What was the next thing, David?
The nanoparticles.
Yes, nanoparticles, which is very interesting because it's gonna piggyback off of something that, or I'm gonna piggyback off of what you're talking about here, which is very fascinating. Nanoparticles that they have found in the vaccine, bruh.
So they do. So these anaphylactoid reactions that we've seen, there's been 2 in the UK, I think 2 in the US, and 1 in Peru. These did not show up on Pfizer's own testing, and it didn't show up in the initial FDA testing, which isn't too surprising because the FDA testing was only about 3,000 people. They're just supposed to verify what Pfizer says, not do the whole research over. But somehow this didn't come up. And as of December 19th, in total, there have been 6 cases of anaphylaxis amongst the 270,000 people who have received the COVID-19 vaccine, according to recent presentation by Thomas Clark of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The UK has reported 2, which I mentioned. Because the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines use a new platform, the reactions call for careful scrutiny, says Elizabeth Phillips, a drug hypersensitivity research at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. She says that this is totally new. And news reports about the allergic reactions have also created a lot of anxiety in people, as you might know. Janos Cezabini, an immunologist at Semmelweis University in Budapest, Hungary, has long studied these hypersensitivity reactions to PEG. And PEG, let me find that acronym real quick again, stands for, it's a longer word, so polyethylene glycol. So the polyethylene glycol seems to be the nanoparticles they're talking about. It seems to have been a side effect that was previous, or a side effect of production that was present in previous Moderna vaccines, not specifically this vaccine, but so it seems to be tied more to the mRNA delivery system than COVID. So these nanoparticles that are making people sick are only associated with the mRNA vaccines, which is Pfizer and Moderna. And to go on with that, Janos Cizenby, who the immunologist I was talking about, says that patients with severe allergies in the U.S. are getting nervous about the possibility that they may not be able to get vaccinated, at least with these two vaccines. Allergies in general are so common in the population that this could create a resistance against vaccines in the population. And Cizenby goes on to say that severe anaphylactoid reactions often include these PEG elements, the polyethanol glycol. I'll just call it PEG from now on. But PEGs are known to cause cancer, and this is kind of confirmed by a surgeon at the Duke University who had similar issues testing anticoagulants with the PEG-related contaminants that you find in RNA vaccines. They stopped in phase 3, so every single test that's been related to mRNA has largely stopped because of these PEG particles that are still in the vaccine. So I mean, that's the contamination that's caused the phase 1 and phase 3 things to fail before, and now it's showing presence in the Pfizer vaccine now that we have a much larger base. I think something like 200,000, 300,000 total across the world have been vaccinated so far. Of course, Pfizer's had problems meeting their manufacturing criteria for multiple countries, and we kind of expect, in the U.S. specifically, we expect Moderna to kind of pick up that slack over the next few weeks. So the issue is that Pfizer, being an RNA vaccine, has these particles, which suggests that Moderna vaccine probably still will have these particles because that's where they first showed up for testing as in terms of contaminations with immune systems. And this is where we start seeing some of the concerns about the efficacy of the vaccine. Mm-hmm. They said you could. Let me get the person that says this real quick. Trevor Bedford again says that you can imagine some modest hit in vaccine efficacy, which wouldn't be good, but I don't think it will completely break the vaccine. So, we have all these different mutations, these PEGs that their concentrations might affect the efficacy of the vaccine. We don't know yet because every other time the PEGs have shown up in an mRNA study, the mRNA study has stopped. This is the only time that not only have mRNA vaccines been approved, but this is the first time we haven't really spent long enough to see what the concentrations of PEGs are. Yeah. A lot of those other tests where they stopped in phase 3 were 6 months to a year long, and that's when they started tracing the particles through people and seeing both the effect it has on the immune system and its propensity to cause cancers.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, like we've said a million times before, I mean, nothing's been tested thoroughly. They're throwing this thing out and for having us take it, do what we need to do to get things going. Now, I have been seeing a lot of things. I have been diving down when I have free time, that is. If I'm not doing a pop-up video or doing a live show, I've been doing a deep dive into going into a rabbit hole, a black hole, if you will, in regards to all this vaccine stuff. They're putting out all this stuff out there, pushing these various vaccines at a lot of people. Some people are having, as David has mentioned, really bad allergic reactions to things. Some people have fainted live on camera. Some people are saying that that's a crisis actor. Some people are saying that woman is dead. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Last time I checked, she's doing fine, but she did pass out, and she's not a crisis actor. But there are a lot of conversations that are being sent out. People are sending out these videos of Elon Musk talking about how they're looking to re-engineer DNA, by using certain things to like the RNA. so on and so forth. Basically, being able to go and restructure the DNA. He says something along the lines of like, it's like a caterpillar, giving this type of RNA to a caterpillar that eventually turns into the butterfly. And so there's also footage out there talking about Bill Gates full on saying, hey, this RNA is going to restructure your DNA. So going into this next thing, it is part of this vaccine conversation, which I find very strange. France, China developing biologically engineered super soldiers. This is real. And this is a conversation in an article that's being put up on New York Post. But just 2 weeks after it was announced, China was developing biologically enhanced super soldiers. France has joined the fray in creating Terminator troops that could be bred to kill, according to a new report. Now, the French have seek to improve physical, cognitive, perceptive, and physiological capacities, and could allow for location tracking and connectivity with weapon systems and other soldiers. Among the ministry's research were drugs to keep troops awake for long periods of time in combat stress, and even surgery to improve hearing. I feel like I'm reading something from The Onion, or like reading something from like, I don't know, from like a portion out of some Orson Scott Card book, like Ender's Game or something like that. But this is real. The new species of augmented soldiers, dubbed Homo robocopus, that's literally how it's spelled, could also have altered DNA to give them enhanced speed, strength, as well as robotics. Now, this guy, Michael Clark, visiting professor in war studies at King's College, London, told the Sun that participating could be using DNA as a farmer would in a herd of cattle. We've reached to the point now where we could potentially manipulate people's DNA to breed them into extra strength, endurance, and other things, just as we do with animals. Just as we've done with standard cattle to give them more back. We can do that now very precisely with humans. So I just want to point this thing out. I'm not trying to sit here and say, oh, they're just trying to breed a new genetic freak of a super soldier through the people that end up getting this vaccine. But start piecing those things together and start seeing what's going on here. That's crazy. And the fact that this is coming from mainstream media talking about this, talking about how they are looking to genetically alter humans. And they've already admitted that this RNA, this new synthetic vaccine that has been manufactured, is using this RNA and is being used to restructure, they've admitted it live, to restructure humans' DNA. I just think it's really weird. It's quite wild to me. What were you going to say, David?
Yeah, I mean, I agree it's wild, but unfortunately it's not really unprecedented. I mean, this has been happening since the 70s in the U.S., where we tested MK Ultra and all kinds of other drugs. In the late 90s, they started pumping out methamphetamines and sleeper pills so that people could be up as long as they needed to and go down. However, I mean, taking it to the genetic level is not something the U.S. has done and probably won't do anytime soon, thankfully. However, I'm not surprised France is doing this because China announced that they are doing it about 3 weeks ago. They've been using CRISPR to genetically alter their own soldiers, and they've been testing it on them. They have the same goal of creating super soldiers, basically. And so I imagine we're going to see this happen a lot more, because that's usually what happens in any sort of weapons technology, and that's what they're kind of turning these soldiers into, is a weapons technology, right, that everyone's going to try and match it or create better, because inevitably, whenever there's a war again between major nations, This is going to make a huge difference in the ability of infantry and aircrew to work. So it kind of does, just by virtue of it creating better soldiers. If it actually does, CRISPR's not perfect. It can create a lot of problems. But if it does work perfectly, most nations will need to have something to counteract it. That could be their own super soldiers, or kind of what the U.S. might do is more likely focused on heavier robotics instead of active living humans in the battlefield.
Right.
So, France doing this isn't a surprise. I probably wouldn't have expected France to do it first in the West, but they are the first ones who did it. I wouldn't be surprised if our own country and many others are working on the same exact thing, either with CRISPR or with chemical drugs like we used in the 70s, which caused a lot of problems with people. That's why I forget the names of the project, but that's why the project focusing on basically super soldiers, just like in Captain America, it was basically a super soldier project. It wasn't called that, but that's what it was.
Right.
A whole bunch of those Captain Chinas out there.
Yeah,
just coming running across the water and
probably, most definitely, probably. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, this has been something that they've been working on for well over, a while, for a long time, many decades, multiple decades, that they've been trying to find a way to make, and of course, America's not going to sit here and full on admit it, but we've been doing the same damn thing. We've all been doing that. Every country is trying to find a way to make people stay up longer, be able to, what's the word? Have their pain tolerance at a whole other level, super strength, everything. I mean, as much as we see these in comic books, they're trying to do the same damn thing. You know what I mean? They're trying to find ways to make men fly. You know what I'm saying? Without a jet, just being able to fly in the air, so on and so forth. So, I mean, obviously we've been seeing these videos of planes saying to LAX, hey, there's a man flying 6,000 feet in the air right next to us, that kind of thing. So there's things out there. There are people out there that are trying to make a better or more enhanced, perfect super soldier. You know what I'm saying? What they really need to do, they just need to get Dolph Lundgren. They need to get themselves some Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they're good to go. Oh, and let's not forget Arnold Schwarzenegger, too, because he played a cyborg as well. Just do that, and you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Piece of cake. Piece of cake. But anyway, moving on to the next thing, something a little bit light and fun. I got to see something really cool in person. A friend of mine, owner of High Point Drive-In and also owner of the franchise Sugar Fire, just bought the very original Good Burger Mobile. I got the chance to see it firsthand. Check this out. Man, what the hell? How did you get this thing, man? This is insane.
I know.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Yeah! Now this is what I call fast food!
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pascal. I am here at High Point Drive-In. You won't believe what's right next to me right now. The Good Burger Mobile, man, the real deal. It is right here inside High Point Drive-In. We're about to talk to my boy Mike Johnson about how he snagged this thing. This is crazy. Let's go. So, my brother, Mike Johnson, man, what the hell? How did you get this thing, man? This is insane.
I know. Well, it was about 2 years ago. I was reading BBC.com, and they had a story that they found the Good Burger was in a swamp in Florida. I mean, it's the original car, the original hamburger.
Right.
This stuff we made because it was really trashed. We have video of it coming in on a flatbed truck, and but most of it's all the original stuff, just really done up nicer.
Everything here is pretty much original,
OG.
but the guy who put it together, how long did it take him to put everything back together?
Well, it's taken a little over a year. And my favorite part, though, is, I mean, the car is cool, but we have the original title posted up here, and it still says Paramount Pictures on it.
You know, obviously it's here now, so
Yeah.
can people like get in it?
I don't
know, that kind of thing?
I don't care. Just don't break it.
Yeah.
You know, you break it, you buy it.
Don't break it.
You can probably sit in it. I don't think anybody's gonna care. You
Really?
know? I don't. Yeah. Oh, you can sit in
get
it. Yeah.
this?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
I can get in
Please
this?
get it, yeah.
I'm gonna get in it.
I mean, it works.
This is dope, yo. So this is available for you to check out, take some photos, maybe not sit in it. I'm getting exclusive, okay?
I don't care.
Right here at High Point Drive-In. You gotta come down here, check this out, and then get yourself some really delicious burgers. All right? I'm gonna see if I can pull this bad boy out of here. The keys are still in the ignition, yo.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm out of here. Peace.
I probably want to take that out.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.
Yes. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Real talk, that is real. At High Point Drive-In right now in St. Louis, Missouri. You got to go check it out. If you are in the area, go get yourself a burger and check out the original, the real Good Burger Mobile. Now, arguably, apparently, it is also the Wayne's World car as well. Oh. Allegedly. There's a rumor out there saying that that car was used for both movies. Oh. So he bought it. He got it on auction randomly, as you heard in that video. Randomly got in an auction, and then he had a guy put it all back together, kind of refixed, polished things up, you know what I'm saying, and did the exact same replica of brought it back into life. You know what I'm saying? The original car is at High Point Drive-In right now in St. Louis, Missouri. I think it's hella cool, man. It's hella cool. But anyway, we got to go into this because it's that time. You know what I'm saying? It's that time, y'all. Yes. A new version, a little bit of a pop quiz hot shot solely for the holidays. Since this is the last show of the season, or last show of before Christmas, we got to do a little pop quiz hot shot. So let's do this, man. What's the theme for today?
Okay, so we got these are just Christmas songs. I'd like to say holiday songs. I think they're just pretty much all Christmas songs. And I'm gonna pull out some of the lyrics and tell them to you, and then you have to tell me what the name of the song is.
Okay, guys. So as simple as that, man. So all you got to do is comment down below and see if you can beat this. See if you can get this faster than me and David. This should be very entertaining.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Freddie. Let's go.
3, 4, 5. I got 10. I got 10 of them. So
okay, 10. Let's go.
All right. Here's the first one. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good. For goodness sake.
Better watch out. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus, yeah.
There we go. Santa Claus is coming to town. It's one from Pascal.
That's right. You know what? I'm actually hold up. You
got like a scoreboard?
I'm gonna start a scoreboard right now. Hold up. PD. 0 so far for David. 1 for me. We can go. Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one. Fa la 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 la.
Jingle bells.
Nope.
What? This song's messing me up.
Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la.
Deck the halls.
Deck the halls. That's right.
Wow. See, this is tough. Wow. Wow. Okay, come on, Mike.
All right. Here's the third one.
Hey.
A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold.
Say that one more time.
A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold.
Bruh.
I have no clue, man.
Tannenbaum? I don't know.
Nope. Do you hear what I hear?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's funny. I haven't heard that song in a really long time. I only think of Gremlins You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When the record slows down and everything.
Yep.
You know.
Okay.
Anyway, it's I don't know why I remember it that song in that movie, but I do. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and only paused a moment when he heard him holler, "Stop!"
This is a Christmas song?
Yeah.
Santa Claus, he's everywhere.
I'm pretty sure Pascal's gonna win this one.
But I'm getting destroyed right now. Repeat it again one more time.
He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and only paused a moment when he heard him holler, "Stop!"
Is this How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Nope. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found.
Is it a... Oh, wait. So that's Frosty the Snowman?
Correct.
Ooh, one for him. One for him. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There were hoof prints on her forehead and an incriminating claws
Grandma
mark
got ran over by a reindeer.
on her back. That's right.
Damn.
I listened to it after Pascal tried to make me sing it because I didn't know I didn't know anything.
Yeah, because of my theories of how demented that song is. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Because the song is demented. But go ahead.
Okay, let's see here. We got.
Is that all 10?
No.
was
We
about to
still
say,
got
damn.
5 more.
Okay.
So, hey, you're a crooked, dirty jockey, and you drive a crooked Haas. Your soul is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of rubbish imaginable, mangled on top of knots.
Like the Grinch or that green dude.
The Grinch That Stole Christmas?
And it's a Grimm's theme song.
You're a
Mr.
mean
Grinch.
one, Mr. Grinch, right?
Yeah.
Is that the mean
Yep.
one, Mr. Grinch?
Yep.
Yep, I got it right.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, he said Grinch.
But
go half points.
No, I said the title. He just said the green dude. The guy, the
I
green
told
guy.
you what it was.
It's the
Told you what
Grinch
to
guy. Fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll give him half. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Whatever. Half.
Let's see here. She didn't see me creep down the stairs to have a peep.
I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus.
I saw Mommy kiss.
Mommy, whatever. Did I say Mama?
Yeah.
That's the black version. I saw no. That's the black version. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That's the black version. I still get that. I don't care. I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? He sings it. Jackson's sing it. He says Mama. He doesn't say Mommy. Come on, man. Still a jacked up song too. Either she is straight up cheating on him, cheating on her mans, or they're into role play. Either way, it's still nasty, that song. You don't get it, do you? I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. No, that song is about role playing. Or she was cheating on her husband, cheating on daddy. That's jacked up.
Maybe that's what she wanted, a baby for Christmas.
See? Wow. 9 months later, wham, and it's already got a hairy white chest and beard already. It's like, who's this child? You know what I mean?
Anyway. You ready?
Yes. Okay. And it cries like, wah, wah. You know what I mean? Because it's Santa's baby. Nobody's with me. You guys suck. Y'all suck. Y'all suck. Come on, get in the holiday spirit. Damn. Go ahead.
Wow.
All right. There's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy when they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie.
I don't know. I'm going to step out on this one.
Well, let's see here. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather.
For a sleigh ride together with you.
Sleigh ride.
Yes.
Sleigh ride.
Sleigh ride.
Title.
I'm taking that one. I don't care.
All right, last two.
You're getting spanked. I'm telling you, that song's about adultery. Go ahead.
Parappa Pum Pum.
Oh yeah.
Little Drummer Boy or something.
There we go.
Yeah.
Little Drummer Boy. Of course you got that
What's
one.
the score here?
Of course you got that one. It's 3.5, David. 4.5, me.
Ooh, should we get this one and then we might have the tiebreaker?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's see. It's 12:30 a.m. Christmas Eve. I'm out with the gangsters and thieves.
Oh, you're a jerk. It's this song. Is it this song?
I don't know. I don't know the beat off the top of my head.
Shoot.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Is it Run DMC Christmas?
Nope.
No?
Snoop.
I knew it was going to be Snoop. It's like, 'twas the night before Christmas. I just don't know. I don't know what it. I was like, it's either the Run DMC or it's Snoop. Damn it. What is it? What's
Santa
the title?
Claus goes straight to the ghetto.
Bang. Thank you. Damn.
Nice.
Go ahead. One more.
Yeah. You want one more? Okay, let me see here.
I'm trying to give David a chance here. That's why I'm giving quite a pause before I go.
Oh, okay.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
It's that time of year again. Kool-Aid Man, you ready for Christmas? Oh, yeah.
Kool-Aid Christmas?
Huh?
Kool-Aid Christmas.
Yeah.
Lil Jon.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the name of it, though.
All I really want for Christmas.
All I really want for Christmas.
All I really want for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one.
All right.
Have mercy.
Well, that's all I got for you.
Hey. Well, hey, that was fun. That was Pop Quiz Hot Shot. Yay. Yay. That was fun. No. We need to do more. Like I said, we should have more times like doing these kind of games more often. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Jack, for coming on, because I know that you gotta bounce and everything. We gotta go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Love, peace, and wellness for the holidays. Don't cancel them. Prepare STL. Decorate. Make it as normal as you can, but slow the spread of COVID. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Watch your distance. Prepare STL, helping St. Louisans of color prepare and prevail.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
You're gonna perform
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I can't make this interview boring because this
No, it's
man
not
is
boring.
too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
homeowners, and property managers. If you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around and being part of the conversation today. If this is your first time checking out the show, please go crush that subscribe button. I do this show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will be off for the rest of this week. We might do a pop-up live stream right before Christmas, just maybe. It might be like a happy hour hangout type of thing. Just to, you know, crack open a beer or have a little cocktail, play some music, you know, hang out and just kind of talk about Christmas. Nothing about news. Nothing about news. If we do that, I'm still trying to coordinate that with the fellas and make sure that they can be a part of it, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? So be sure to crush that subscribe button. I also do this show Tuesdays through Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So even in the middle of the week, you get me not once, but twice, baby. And it's a wonderful thing. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that like button down below and join in and be a part of the conversation and part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, we got to jump into this next story. We got T in the house too. Hold up. Let me pull him up before we get into this next video. What up, T? What up, man? We're losing you like crazy. Say that again.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Is that better? Your microphone's a little hot. I'll just say that. A little hot. Coming in hot. It's too hot. But go ahead. Oh,
Is that better?
Yes, much better, much better. Anyway, you know what? Let's do this real quick discussion before we jump into these videos, because I got a video that I want to check out, and because I think it's hilarious. There's a couple videos. One is one thing, and another one's very, very suitable for the holidays, and it's hilarious as well. Before we jump into it, fellas, have you guys done your Christmas shopping? Are you done Christmas shopping, or are you still trying to get all your stuff together right now as you speak? T.
Yeah, I'm done. Probably 90%. I want to go out and get a few more things today.
Right on.
But as far as my family, I'm good with the family. I do some for my coworkers. Tonight and I had things in the office tomorrow. But so far so good though.
So you buy things, you buy gifts for your coworkers. That's interesting.
I mean, like something small, like, a card, maybe like some holiday candy, trinkets,
Gotcha.
something small.
Yeah, because I always wonder, like, what would be considered an appropriate gift for a coworker, and what would be considered inappropriate for a coworker. Like, my family, like, Haitians like to give each other as gifts cologne or perfume, right? But in this culture, in the American culture, it is looked at as something very personal. Like giving somebody a gift, like just and they'll just give it to anybody. They'll just give you cologne as a gift. It's just literally, it's so weird, but it's a gift. You know what I'm saying? But in America, that's considered very private or very personal. And I think that's really interesting. It's an interesting difference in culture. You know what I'm saying? Would you consider that? Would you guys consider that a little bit too personal? Giving somebody like a bottle of cologne or perfume?
Kind of, I guess, because a lot of people that do use the perfume and cologne seem to have a specific scent they want. I don't use it, but just based on the people I know that use it, they always want a specific style of smell to go with them, and they associate it with themselves. So, giving them random cologne probably won't get used. I don't know if it's too personal, maybe. Keep kind of saying you stink in America. I could see that being taken as the merit message. I think it's a fine gift in general. I don't buy gifts I don't have any coworkers. I work by myself. But when I did, I didn't buy any gifts unless it was like a, what do they call it? Like a Secret Santa thing? Yeah. Yeah, so I would do the Secret Santa, but I wouldn't buy gifts for anyone in particular at work.
Okay. Yeah, Fiesel Toronto just said, Jamaican lady gave me perfume as a gift. I got into perfume. I got into the perfume game then. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, sometimes they just got to go, hey, here you go. Take this bomba clock. And then it's like, wow, it smells amazing. What is this? You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, ooh, it's French. It says Delot. Never mind. Anyway, but I don't see it being that personal. But at the same time, like, I grew up in a different culture, in a different way. It is considered like a staple gift to give people perfume, cologne. It's just like a staple gift, you know? Because, hey, ain't nothing wrong with smelling good. And it's not their way of saying, like, hey, you smell bad. It's just their way of saying, hey, I thought of you, figured you might like this, and here you go. You know what I'm saying? So just a thought. Anyway, moving on to the video that we got to check out. This one's funny. This one's actually funny. I got to turn you guys down real quick so I can cue this up. You got to watch this very closely. Cause this nasty. This be nasty as hell. There's no other way around it. It's just straight nasty. Found this on Instagram. We got to see with our own two eyes, cause this be nasty. Hold on, guys. This thing is just acting a damn fool. All right. All right. All right, let's check this out. This is nasty. Keep an eye on that. You see what she just did? You see what she just did? All right, saving the environment. Very, very forward thinking. Ah! Oh, why though? Oh, why though? One more time. Wait, hold up. Is that me or is that you guys? I can't tell. What is that feedback sound? Hold on. might have to mute T because I think that's T. That is T. All right, let me do that again really quick. Get a clean shot of this. One more again. This be nasty, y'all. I know you guys want to see that nasty stuff again one more time. This is gross. Okay, so one of the things that really drives me crazy is that I'm gonna roll again because you know, this is just straight off of Instagram, real talk. But if you look at this, she flips it, tries to flip it around, so it's like it's not on her mouth, right? But then she looks at it. So she's like, so now she's just breathing in. Now she's just breathing in poop particles from her dog. Like, that's from her dog. Poop particles from her dog. Let me just say that again. Poop particles from her dog. She didn't have any other things. She forgot to bring a doggy bag. You know what I'm saying? A little poop bag. Shoot, she couldn't have like gone around and just try to find like a piece of newspaper or dug through that or opened up that trash can just to see if there's a loose piece of paper in there that she could have just grabbed real quick. I know that's still not the most sanitary choice, but you are wearing now your dog's poop on your mask and now you're breathing in that ish. That's nasty, y'all. Y'all, what do you think of that?
That makes me nauseous thinking about it.
It's gross, right?
Yeah. I don't see anybody ever do that. Just like grab some leaves and pick it up.
Right. T, what are your thoughts?
That's not even humane. I mean, come on. I mean, that's desperate. I mean, it's a little bit too intimate, you know, with your dog. You know, you kiss your dog, maybe, but not the poop. That's too much.
Right, man. I mean, even kissing your dog on the face is still questionable, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's still it is very questionable, no matter what. But at the same time, I mean, I understand that there's like, I'm sure, I don't know where that video's from. I'm assuming that's in LA. I know that in LA, there's when you're outside, you have to wear a mask even when you're outside. If you're outside taking a run, a jog, hanging out, whatever, like outside in nature, you decide to take your dog out for a walk, you have to have a mask on. You have to wear a mask. So I understand that she needs that mask. Where else is she going to get it? Or she might get a citation, I'm sure. But that's just gross. You could have gone and found you could have pulled a leaf off a tree. I got dogs. I've done that before. I've taken I've ripped a leaf off a tree, yo. Real talk. And put it, and used it. Doubled it up so then, you know, none of that stuff seeps out on the sides. You know what I'm saying? Of the leaf. And tries to clasp on my hands when I'm trying to move the poop, when I'm trying to move the doo-doo into the trash can. You feel me? So why not be inventive? Hey, that's nature's toilet paper. Why not use it? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's nasty. That'd be nasty. Anyway, it's gross. It's gross, y'all. Real quick, I want to show you guys this other video. Because there's this other video. You know about this elf on the shelf, right? Fellas?
Nah, what's that?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Elf on the shelf?
I'm sorry. Hold on. No. You don't know Elf on a Shelf?
I don't.
No. Hold up. No, hold up. That you just really just no. All right, you just messed up my whole flow. No, T, real talk. Now I got to put because I'm pulling up all this other stuff, and now you got me bringing you back up again so that I could look at you when when you tell me to my face. Hold up. We all got to be on the same screen for this ish. When you tell me to my face that you don't know what Elf on a Shelf is, you don't know what Elf on a Shelf is.
I don't. I'm sorry
Bruh,
about that,
oh my
man.
God.
I just Googled it, so I know now.
Yes, yeah, me too. I'm just on Google right now.
Wait, I'm sorry. You don't know what? You guys don't. Both of you guys don't know what Elf on the Shelf is.
Yeah,
Both
I've
of
seen one
y'all.
of these books when I was super young, I guess. It doesn't have like candy in it. I might have had one when I was young.
Shut up, David. Oh my God. Is it like a pinata? Like, what are you? Oh,
Making it worse
God.
for us, David.
Is it a pinata? Is that stuff with candy? I mean, come on, man. David, T. I thought one of you. What? It's like a game. It's just literally an elf. That they use it as a game. Like you know how like people sit there and say, like, we talked about it yesterday on the game in Jack's game where they and that was something I didn't know about. Real talk, I didn't know about the pickle, but they would look for the pickle in the Christmas tree, and then whoever finds the pickle ornament gets to open up the Christmas present first, right? So Elf on a Shelf, man, I can't believe I'm. You know what, David? No. He just Googled it. So we're gonna learn something today. Read it out loud real quick. What the hell Elf on the Shelf is?
All right. The Elf on the Shelf, A Christmas Tradition, is a 2005 children's picture book written by Carol Abersold and her daughter Chanda Bell, and illustrated by Coe Steinbart. The book tells a Christmas-themed story written in rhyme that explains how Santa Claus knows who is naughty and nice. It describes elves visiting children from Thanksgiving to Christmas Eve, after which they return to the North Pole until the next holiday season. The Elf on the Shelf comes in a keepsake box that features a hardbound picture book and a small scout elf. The authors say the story is from a family tradition started by Carol Abersold and her twin daughters, Shonda Bell and Krista Pitts in Georgia, USA.
Okay, so part of the game, part of the whole Elf on the Shelf, I'll piggyback off of that. Part of the Elf on the Shelf thing is that every day leading up to Christmas Eve, they put the elf in different places. So it's almost like a Where is Waldo type of situation. Some people do that. They'll put it and they'll use it like a game. They'll go, oh, every day it's going to be put somewhere else and you'll never know where it is. Like, it's always watching. It's always there. It's always watching. So a lot of times you'll find it like in the cupboard. Sometimes it's in the tree. Sometimes it literally is above like on the mantle or on a shelf, but it's just put in different places, and people have fun with it, trying to, play games with the kids, and they have to find every day where the elf is. It's like a fun little Where is Waldo type of thing. I can't believe you guys don't know what Elf on the Shelf is. Holy cow. Bruh, okay. Oh my God. This is, oh my God. I'm sad for you guys. Wow. Y'all don't know Christmas. Oh my God.
My sister does it though, I guess. Because I didn't know that it was a thing for other people, but like when I went there for Christmas a year ago, she would just use a Christmas minion, like from the movies, Minions or whatever, and she would keep doing that. I thought it was weird. I didn't realize it was a thing people did.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So I mean, and people do it, like you just said. I mean, people use it. People use it in different ways. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Shay because Shay just said, "Y'all not living. Y'all not living." Not in capital letters, literally. I mean, T, you got children, you have offspring, start implementing it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun with the kids because then they go, I found that. You know what I mean? Because you're just putting it in random places every single day. So it's a fun little game. Holy cow. May God have mercy on both y'all souls. Moving on. Damn.
I'll try
anyway,
my bad.
You just took my breath away, bruh. You literally just took both y'all took my breath away. Dude just said, I had to Google it really quick. I'm done. Now I know what it is. I had to Google it real quick. You didn't even have the whole story, bruh. You just said it's from a book. It's from a damn book. We didn't need the history lesson. We wanted to know what the game's all about, David. Damn. Anyway, oh, you're killing me, Small. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Anyway, moving on. You know I love you. I'm just playing. Anyway, real quick, we got to go and look at this thing. This has to do with an Elf on the Shelf story or Elf on the Shelf game. This one really jacked. I don't know if I was this kid. I don't know if I could do it. I feel like I would have reacted the same way. Let's take a look at this.
Well, it has, but now there's smoke coming out of the field. No field is...
Jeremiah.
Quickly, Paw Patrol. What do you think, Marshall?
So, just so you guys understand what was going on there, the kid is watching Paw Patrol doing his thing. Elf is on the shelf, and the elf says his name out of nowhere. And of course, the kid freaks out. One more time, so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Well, it has, but now there's smoke coming out of the field. No field is...
Jeremiah.
Quickly, Paw Patrol.
I'm sorry. I'm done. That's one way to really jack up your kids. Real talk. That's one way to really just get your kids like trying to figure out what the hell is life all about. Everything's been a lie. Elves are real. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, just saying, just a little holiday cheer for y'all. You know, make you guys laugh a little bit. Just saying. Just saying.
Like, reminds me of like people doing it to their kids on Halloween, but they're not going to expect it on Christmas, so it's extra effective. Send them screaming down the hallway.
Man, I think it's really interesting when you got people who are literally trying to mix horror with the holidays. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice that? Like, there's always like Jack Frost, and it's a horror movie. That's a real movie. It's a horror movie.
See, those are the types of Christmas movies I watch, though.
Of course it is. Of course it is,
Wow.
David. Yeah.
I like Jack Frost. That's the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a Killer Frost too. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Evil snowmen are a thing.
Evil snowman. Yeah. You know, evil snowman. You know what I'm saying? Or like Black Christmas, or I mean, there's a whole bunch of things.
Christmas nose.
Say again.
Those Christmas nose are always creepy to me.
Christmas what?
Christmas nose. No, the nose.
Oh, like the little. Yeah.
You talking about
troll things?
You talking about the
like
elves? You talking about the elves?
They've been different than that. They've been different than elves. They're like little Christmas gnomes, you know?
Oh, the
like
gnomes?
Hansel and Gretel. Those kind of, yeah, they're kind of weird looking.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever. Oh, you talking about the things that you see on the gnomes that they put out on the on the lawns, like lawn jockey gnome type things.
Right.
Those freak you out. Those
are creepy. They're creepy.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. Knows 0 cents, but I'll take that. I get it. Like no. It's like when people sit there and go, clowns are terrifying. I get it.
Right.
You know, I mean, it makes 0 sense too, but I get it. I don't like somebody who's in makeup just like like it just irks my soul a little bit. You know, it gives me great pause. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't need a balloon animal from your ass. Like I'm good. I don't need it. Life is not that great to be so happy. You know what I'm saying? But you got a gun underneath that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just too happy for me. But so I understand what you mean by I guess those gnomes are very interesting. But anyway, moving on, we got to go into some of these other stories. We got a story about two passengers jump from a plane. I'm sorry, it's just we got to go into this story. All right. So a pair of passengers exit a New York flight by sliding out before takeoff. Yes. We are tearing a page right out of the script of Passenger 57 right now, y'all. A Delta flight out of New York City was halted after a man and woman carrying a service dog Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention there was a dog involved too. So the dog just slid out that piece, man. So exited the aircraft using an emergency slide, an airline spokesperson said on Tuesday. The incident occurred Monday as the jet was leaving for flight from LaGuardia Airport to Atlanta. And the witnesses reported seeing an agitated-looking man who was traveling with a woman. They forced open the cabin door and jumped out using the emergency chute leading to the runway. He was quickly followed by the woman with the dog.
Crazy.
A passenger said that before they exited, the pair changed seats several times on a flight that wasn't full. The man fully stood up and ignored a flight attendant's order to take a seat for takeoff. The man told the flight attendant that he couldn't sit still because of his post-traumatic stress disorder. The aircraft was forced to return to the gate where the remaining customers got off and were later put on alternate flights. Yeah. I'll talk about that in a second. It wasn't clear if the two passengers faced any charges. The incident recalled the 2010 case of Steven Slatter, a JetBlue flight attendant who activated a chute during a tantrum on a plane landing at Kennedy Airport. He went on the public address system, swore at a passenger who he claimed treated him rudely, grabbed a beer, and slid out onto the tarmac. Slatter was sentenced to a year probation after completing a court-ordered treatment program. So these guys, you had these people, a couple. Dude was having having some PTSD, and with his service dog, so he had a dog. I guess that service dog was really not doing his job very well, so that dog should be fired. But they had a service dog on board. He was having, I'm sorry, PTSD is not to be laughed at. But at the same time, this story just seems like out of an action film. So he's having a panic attack. Right before they take off, he opens up the emergency door, opens up the slide, because obviously once you turn it on, it activates the slide. He jumps out that bee, and homegirl, like his girlfriend, and the dog jumps right off and slid out like Wesley Snipes in Passenger 57. Real talk, this is real. And that happened today. This happened Monday. And now we're talking about it right now. What do you guys think about this? Yo, people are trying to be Wesley Snipes up in this piece, man. Real talk. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, cabin fever for sure.
Cabin fever, sure, but I mean, bruh, like that's scary. I mean, think about this though, too, real quick before I throw it over to David. Think about it. Think about this too. Think about a world where if they were in the air, what if they were in the air and he has a panic attack at 35,000 feet and he just runs over, opens up that piece because he's just trying to get some air because of a panic attack. So in a way, it's like, thank you, baby Jesus, that this happened while they were still on the ground. But that would make me very, very nervous to want to fly again for a little while. The other thing I want to point out real quick before I throw it over to the fellas again is that the other passengers were taken to other flights so that they could get home. Now, yesterday, we talked about a passenger that literally had a heart attack and that he had COVID symptoms. And of course, there's hearsay whether the wife said he tested positive before he got on the plane or that he was about to go and test for COVID when he landed in LA. But man had COVID symptoms on a plane. They landed the plane, emergency landing. They asked everybody if you want to continue, we'll continue on this flight. They did not sanitize the plane. They did not offer to give them alternate flights that same day. None of that. They let everybody stay on that plane, which was a petri dish. Now, in this particular situation, why is this guy having a panic attack? What's on the freaking plane? I would instantly think that. That was what I would freak out about instantly. I'd be like, yo, there's a reason why he's willing to open up the emergency door and slide out like this is an action flick. What's on this plane? I want to know what's on this plane. Why is he freaking out like that?
Stakes.
See what I'm saying? So if you're going to sit there, and of course, those passengers were able to go on alternate flights so that they can get their asses home. So that was the stand. That is the right procedure. That is the right procedure, in my personal opinion. Yesterday's situation, they just said, oh, that's fine. And they took off. Flying petri dish, just into the air. This one, they said, no. Come on. We're moving all your stuff over to alternate flights so you guys can go home. That's how it should be done, personally. But at the same time, I get that he has PTSD, but that would terrify every single passenger, in my opinion. David, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree generally. I'm not too sure what he has PTSD from. If it's from like actually being in the military, I could see his panic a little bit. I've had a lot of my aircraft take hits, and most of the people I know that died in an aircraft. So I don't like flying either, but I wouldn't have a panic attack. It's something I'm aware of, though, so I wouldn't have gone on the plane like that in the first place. But you can't control himself once he freaks out. She should have been aware of his problems and just not got on there. And someone mentioned this in chat. You could take a sedative. That's what I know a lot of my friends did. It was they take an Ambien every time they would fly commercially and just pass out until the end of the flight. If he was obviously distressed from the beginning. It's not going to go away if he's still on the airplane.
Right.
It would have been a good time for them to step off then before they started driving out to the runway.
Yeah. T.
And like you said.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
And like you said, if he did it up while they were flying at 35,000 feet or so, I mean, he would be gone. But
facts.
It would cause the plane would have to drop the oxygen bags, or it'd have to get down to 15,000 feet because people can't really breathe over 15,000 feet very well. And even then, you can't really move. So, like, for safety, they need to drop about 25,000 feet to make sure everyone doesn't pass out. Now, on the bright side, it's not like in the movies where a rapid decompression just keeps sucking everything out. That thing's over in, like, 2 seconds.
Right.
So, it's unlikely to, like, pull people out like you see in movies. But it's still going to terrify everyone. To cause a little bit of turbulence as they try to regain balance and drop down to a proper level. Obviously, it's going to frighten everyone on there, even if they know why it's going on. But it was just a bad situation. He shouldn't have been on there.
Yeah, I really think that. I really don't think that dog did his damn job. Sorry. I'm sorry, Fido. You're fired. Supposed to give you comfort. You're supposed to be petting it. You know what I mean? Ever so vigorously to make sure that you don't have a freak out like this. And lo and behold, homeboy had a freak out. He freaked out. Big time. I don't even know who this guy looks like. Now I got to look him up. Now I got to see what this guy looks like. Real talk. Because I'm just curious. But T, what are your thoughts on this though? Real quick.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? A service dog, I'm pretty sure, was there to comfort him, but like you said, it didn't work. I believe the man should have alerted the flight attendants, or the crew on the flight to his condition, have him sit somewhere by himself with more space as possible, serve him alcohol, give him a nice little glass of rum or something so he can calm down, but there's no way he should be anywhere near a door at all, you know. So it was too much risk for everybody on that flight.
Right. Allegedly, this is what the man looks like. There he is. Allegedly, in all his glory. the white Wesley Snipes literally slid out the dough because of PTSD. But yeah, this is the gentleman right here. And I mean, with all due respect, of course, yeah, PTSD is a real thing. There's a lot of people that have serious, severe panic attacks when it comes to flying in general. People are all terrified. You never know. He might have heard, obviously, the video or the story about the people that were, or about the gentleman that died on the plane was only a few days ago. So he probably heard this story as well, and that probably really bothered him. He probably started freaking out about that. Think about it. That's a very good possibility that this is a good, very, very good possibility that he just heard that story and he started tripping. I still don't know why homegirl slid out with the dog with him. I don't know why they all three ran off. That's the part that makes it seem, that's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would she run off? And I get but also, actually, if you really think about it, that really does prove, that really shows that she's a ride or die chick. You know what I'm saying? She a real bottom beat. Like, she just really goes and slide. I'm coming with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's my man. I'm sorry. It just
Titanic.
Loyalty.
You jump, I jump.
You know what I'm saying? That is true love. That is true love right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna. But at the same time, these times that we're living in right now are serious, and I know that there's a lot of people that are very, very stressed and scared. Everything. There's a lot of reasons other than just keeping that 300-ton plane in the air to be worried about nowadays. Now you're risking everything every time you get into a plane. Not only just flying, but then you're flying and possibly catching something, you know? And especially depending on how long the flights are, there's that fear of the longer you stay in that plane, the longer you could get sick. And then, you know, and then also all the other things. I hate flying. I hate it. With a purple passion, I hate it. But at the same time, with all jokes aside, I mean, hopefully that the couple are okay. Hopefully that gentleman is okay. Obviously, they haven't pressed any charges on the dude yet, but I'm sure that they will. You know, I'm sure that he'll get something. You know what I mean? Man, you know, thoughts and prayers go out to that guy, to that gentleman, and his service dog, because his service dog really needs to get a new job. Just saying. Needs to get a new job. Anyway, moving on to the next story. We got to talk about this this thing. This is interesting. West Point. Ooh. West Point cadets are being accused of cheating, and this is something that hasn't happened in 50 some odd years. This has been almost half a century since there's ever been a scandal like this on West Point's campus. David's got the story. What is up, man?
All right. So, for those who aren't aware, West Point is a military academy. It's generally a place where people go if they're going to be an officer and they have enough money and time. It's kind of like a college to become an officer. And like Pascal said, there hasn't been really any cases of cheating in like 50 years. I mean, they've had other scandals generally related to. I think there was a few rape scandals, but generally, those people got dealt with very harshly. A lot of them had a sentence to hard labor, but this is different. They're just cheating here, which is still a major thing. They're probably going to get kicked out of the military completely for it. I'd be surprised if they aren't. But the reason that they were able to cheat on this is because that the test was administered remotely due to coronavirus. Normally, it's all done at the facility itself with pretty high-ranking officer there, like either colonel or lieutenant colonel, something like that. And so, they ended up busting these guys cheating. And 4 of the cadets resigned, and another 8 are claiming that they're innocent of any wrongdoing, and and they are going to face a full hearing led by seniors at the academy. So they're going to, those are all military officers, so it is kind of like a court-martial, though they're not technically. I don't think they're technically under contract yet, so it won't show up on their stuff. But they're just going to end their current careers most likely. And on top of that, they acknowledged that the cadets who are all first-year students fell short of living up to the standards of the school. And some of the lawyers involved there are saying this isn't run-of-the-mill. It's a national security issue because senior officers must be truthful to civilian leaders, and it shows a dishonesty. Cheating scandal at a military academy is critical because it indicates the culture needs correcting, according to Bakken, one of the lawyers at he's not a lawyer, he's a professor of law at West Point. So yeah, as you mentioned, this hasn't happened in a long time. This hasn't been detected. It seems like only because of the COVID restrictions and the online classes were they even able to cheat. I do, and like a personal note, I do see the pressure here because a lot of times the people that go to West Point as officers, they're not planning to be field officers. They're not really planning to be out in the field fighting. They're generally political officers. And that's kind of where you have to be as a major or higher rank. You really need to be focused more on the politics than actually doing your job.
Right.
And West Point produces people that are focused on politics and look like they're achieving more than they actually are used to working. Because a lot of the West Point officers don't come from a background of being enlisted and then becoming an officer, so they don't have any familiarity with people they're usually leading. So there's a lot of problems with officers that already come out of West Point, and adding cheating onto that, it's going to diminish the trust people within the military have, even for the West Point officers even more, because they already do have a reputation as political officers instead of real officers, always focused on gaining rank instead. I mean, I'm not saying it's true, but this is the reputation they had, always focused on gaining rank instead of focusing on their job. And the few I worked with that even went to the Pentagon, they were exactly like that. They would often report false stuff just to get higher in the political chain. And, this is kind of an indication that these people would do the same thing. So it is important that they crack down on it immediately. It's a problem in the military. I think it's less of a problem now as they start cutting down on excess people, but it's definitely something that needs to be focused on in general, because this attitude that you're seeing with these students that cheated, if they took classes in person where they couldn't cheat, they still have that attitude where they're going to do whatever they need to look good once they get in. So catching them and making them punished for that is really the only way to guarantee that they get effective officers out of West Point, because it's also important to gain the trust of enlisted and officers that come from enlisted, because they don't really have that. And this just keeps ruining their reputation within the military. So it's not good for them at all. It's very important to maintain the reputation that West Point itself cracks down as hard as possible on these people.
Right. And it's funny because they say that on the Academy's website says the purpose of the honor code is that I guess there's a quote, and it says a cadet will a cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, or tolerate those who do. And you got to remember, I mean, as David has been painting out for us, all of us, it's West Point. I mean, this is the elite of the elite. These are some of the greatest potential minds that could be running our country, being at higher ranks of in the military and whatnot, in the armed forces. This is a real deal. This is real deal Holyfield. So cheating, of course, is frowned upon, just like every other school. But this is serious. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm going to say this, though, too. Calculus is hard. Calculus is really hard. And if you're not going into school and you're doing all this stuff, and you're doing virtual learning, because they're virtual learning right now, or they were during this time of this cheating scandal that popped off. A lot of times, there's a lot of kids that are like losing focus because, well, they're losing focus. They're learning from home. They're not in there, you know, dealing with everything. It's all remote learning and all that. So I can see people having a hard time, but at the same time, I'm not condoning cheating. Hell no. You could be at the worst school in the world or be at the highest, you know, most upper echelon of education in the world. Cheating is still wrong. It's just interesting. It's just interesting that this is that they got caught. Like that. The one thing I want to know is how did they get caught? What happened? Did somebody squeak? Did somebody's tongue waggle? Like what happened? You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. What happened? How did they find out? Were they all saying, were all the equations the same way? Isn't it how it's supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering how they found out. David, what were we going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, I agree. The cheating is not acceptable at all. But
at all.
Calculus 2 is literally the hardest class I've taken in getting my astrophysics degree. So it is hard. There's no doubt about that.
Are you straight low-key flexing right now? You just low-key flexed. Bruh, he low-key...
man.
You see what he did?
I took.
Did you see what? That was a humble brag up in this piece. Did you see what he just did? He just did that. He just was like, humble brag. You know, I'm an astrophysicist. You know, that's my major. But that's how I.
I just want to point out that it's harder than nuclear physics and space. Calculus 2 is pretty hard.
Calculus is hard. You know, I took it too, and I wasn't an astrophysicist. But anyway, I had to take Calculus 2. That's not easy. You know what I'm saying? That ish ain't easy, bruh. It ain't easy. But at the same time, you are in one of the biggest, most highest ranking, you know, schools that you can think of. If you're trying to become like the next great general, or you're wanting to run this country, or you know what I'm saying? CIA, FBI, I mean, like everything. The president. I mean, anything that you want to be in regards to, like, if you have any political aspirations or be a higher ranked in the Army or armed forces, this is where you go. You know, they've bred some of the greatest military minds. So the fact that this happened, of course, I mean, shoot, kids cheat. Let's be real. Students cheat. If they get an opportunity to cheat, they're going to cheat. You know, especially if it's like a very big, nail-biting, do-or-die calculus exam. I get it. They most definitely should be reprimanded for their actions. But I don't know. It's tough times out here, you know, even for the kids. Trying to stay focused, trying to stay interested in school, trying to be ready for those exams. When you're doing everything from, you know, when you're doing all your classes from a computer, it can be really hard to stay focused. Real talk. Now, I'm not condoning cheating at all whatsoever. They should be reprimanded for sure. And we'll see how things, you know, how things progress from this point on. You know, hopefully not everyone gets kicked out. So far, I think it's like, I forgot how many kids got, 73 were accused, but I think it was less than, like, I think 55 of them have acknowledged cheating. Yes. So we'll see what happens. Like, see if all these kids, all 70 of them are going to be kicked out, or how they're going to be reprimanded. You know what I'm saying? You know, cheating's not good, but kids do cheat when they get an opportunity. If they find a loophole, they're going to jump through it, you know, just to get that easy A. So we'll see how things can, you know, progress from here, you know. But moving on to the our last story, we got to jump into this last story. This is very interesting. A crystal meth drum was found inside of a big rig tank. David's got the story. What's going on with this, man? This is weird.
Let me get this up here real quick. So basically, there was a trucker who was smuggling several gallons of meth, and he was storing them inside the gas tanks for his truck. El Centro Sector Border Patrol agents made an unusual discovery on Highway 111 when they pulled this trucker over, and then they found several gallons of liquid methamphetamine in his big rig gas tanks. Agents said this happened just after 5 on Saturday when a drug dog notified them of a problem. So his handler waved them over, and they began an inspection. The agents said that they examined the driver, passenger side fuel tanks, and then they found the cloudy liquid. They say a field narcotics test showed it to be methamphetamine, so they confirmed on the spot what it was. Border Patrol went on to determine the quantity once they emptied it, and eventually they arrested the driver, took the big rig and all the drugs to the DEA processing area.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Now hopefully they're going to be able to backtrack and find out where this big drum of crystal meth is coming from. You know what I mean? Or where they found all this stuff. You know, where it's being manufactured and whatnot, because that's crazy. Meth.
I mean, it's very dangerous too, because like if you have a gas tank full of gas, you can actually, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you could drop a match in there and it's going to just drown it out. It's not going to go off. If you do that to methamphetamine, that thing's going to blow up. That whole canister would be a bomb. It's highly flammable. It's not going to drown out the flame before it catches fire, because the gases it gives off is flammable. So it's going to ignite the whole thing, make it a bomb. Whereas, you know, I mean, gas can still blow up and cause fires, but it's way, way safer than carrying a tank full of meth.
Right. T, what do you think?
I'm just thinking, like, how much like residue was in that gas tank from, you know, previously? Like, was it washed out thoroughly? Because, you know, mix gas and narcotics together, which was for sure. You know, I mean, this actual smuggler, how did he get caught? Like, was, you know?
Yeah, how he
got, like, what made him, you know, be alerted to being, you know.
That is a good question.
Like what's going on? I mean, it's a good place to hide it. Think about it. There's no, you know, kilo or something like, you know what I'm saying? This liquid inside of a gas tank. Like, how would you even know to look there? So that's crazy.
You're right.
I guess
that is a good question. Like, how would they have found? Where would they have thought of? Hey, let's go and dig into the gas tank. You know what I'm saying? You were gonna say, David?
Yeah, I would have. It might have been something that smugglers have done before, stored in the tanks. Wouldn't surprise me. But we don't know exactly how the incident started, where they pulled them over. But we do know that it was in the El Centro sector, which is a border sector along the California. So I'm assuming that this border patrol was just generally checking any trucks that were coming through.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably some sort of checks as they went through. You know, I don't know if you've been over the border, but if you go over the border, a lot of times they will point to some cars at random and tell you to pull over and do a full inspection. They look for things under your car. They look through your trunk and everything. And my guess is that may be where they did it, because they did have a drug dog with them, and it was the Border Patrol. So I doubt there was a traffic problem that got them pulled over. I'm guessing that they were targeted as soon as they crossed the border, and that's when they pounced on them. That's just a guess, though, based on what information we do have.
Yeah.
And I guess, I mean, it sounds like they might not have even looked in the tank, because it was the dog that drew their attention. Like, none of the humans were even focused on the tank until the dog drew their attention to it and basically told them something was going on in his way.
Shay just said this dog actually did his job, unlike Fido from the plane. And that's hard facts. Real talk, that's hard facts. You know what I'm saying? Good job. Good boo-boo. Good boo-boo. Sit. Good dog. But yeah, man, I mean, and it's funny how a dog's sense of smell can be that precise that it can smell through a gas tank. You know what I'm saying? There's meth in there. You know what I mean? There's meth in there. Right there. In that drum of, you know what I mean? In that tank filled with gasoline. I smell that meth. Crazy. That's some serious skill, you know?
Yeah.
But and it's funny because that truck driver probably thought they were being slick, being smart. They probably had that wrapped in like turkey wrapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, baby. You know what I mean? Let's wrap that in a turkey wrapper real quick. Let's get it, you know, in that cellophane. You know, it's gonna mask off the the smell. You know what I'm saying? Nah, these dogs can smell right through that ish, man. It's amazing. David said, it doesn't work. Oh, you got some Charles Dickens stories, don't you? But it's crazy that kind of thing actually happened. That's really, really wild. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because you think that it's crystal meth. Really? Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't cocaine. It ain't heroin. It be meth, y'all. Like, is it really that hard to obtain? That's the weirdest thing I've ever said out loud. Pardon what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. Like, is it really something that has to be, like, cocaine is one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. That if they found tons and tons of cocaine, like, deep in, like, turkeys, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, being transported from Mexico to America. I get the cocaine, but meth? Like, is there really that high of a demand for crystal? To me, doesn't make any sense. That seems like sounds like a joke. Like crack. As Whitney said, crack is whack. Crack is cheap. You don't hear, oh, there's tons of you know, there's a 2-ton truck driving over the border with crack. Nah, you don't. Heroin, sure. Cocaine, sure. Meth, though?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I agree. Like, meth surprises me because it has, at least in a lot of places I've been, it's a problem that is being mass produced locally. It's not something that's being imported a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of guessing here that since this was imported, it's probably of a higher quality because it's going to cost more. So they're probably targeting, like, I don't know, people that pay a ton of money for designer drugs and stuff. That's what my guess is.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing in higher quality meth to try and target the rich people, basically.
It's Louis Vuitton, one of the best. Yeah. Designer drugs, yes. Yes.
That's a market.
That's hilarious, though. The Heisenberg. You got that Heisenberg? You got that blue meth? That's crazy. To me, that's crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. But hey, whatever rocks your boat, I guess, right? There's a high demand for everything, right? Right?
Yeah.
There's something.
I don't know.
There's something for everybody, right? OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? There's something for everybody. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I don't know why someone would smoke meth. I don't see how that's for anyone, really. It just seems like a terrible idea from the beginning.
Yeah. Just like I said, crack is whack. Crack is cheap. It's wrong. Seriously. Still, no matter what, all the other things are really terrible too. Cocaine, heroin, you know what I'm saying? Huff and glue. Shoot. Some people huff the aerosol cans. You know what I'm saying? Like whipped cream, whippets. That's what it's called. I don't even know why I know that crap. But people actually do that stuff. Pills, all that. And it's like, all of it's whack. No matter the price range, it's still all whack. You know? Drugs is wrong. Dare. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, awareness, resistance, education. Nobody went through the DARE program? Come on, y'all. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, that's classic. Yeah, that's in every school.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? That was a product of Mrs. Reagan. You know what I mean? Former First Lady, Mrs. Reagan. You know what I mean? Crack and drugs are wrong. Just say no. So, crystal meth is bad, y'all. And if you really want to do it, good on you. Godspeed. Safe travels.
Don't do it.
But don't do it.
Just go to Oregon or Washington, where I forget which one, where it's decriminalized. You can just hang out with all the other meth heads.
Yeah, just go to Portland. Just go to Portland. You'll be good, baby. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, oh my God, I can just fly just as high. You know what I mean? Butterflies in the sky. You know what I mean? Crystal meth. Oh, yeah. Isn't it wonderful? Anyway, I got to get going, guys. That wraps up the show. What did you say? What did you say, T? See, I think his Wi-Fi is on crystal meth right now. His Wi-Fi is on crystal meth. I don't know what you just said, T, but
probably is.
Yeah, it probably is on crystal meth. We heard that part. It concurs. He was the Wi-Fi was like, fine, I'll let it go. Yes, I'm on meth. Damn it. It's so good. Anyway, I want to say big thank you to everybody for being on today. Jack for being on, David and T for being on. I really appreciate all y'all for being on today. Thank you.
James has a question. When we'll be back?
James?
Yeah, he wanted to know when we'll be back.
Mr. James Joseph. Okay, well, let me talk about that right now, guys. Okay, I know that I said this will be the last show before the Christmas time, but there is a good possibility. Depending, because I was hoping that T was going to be on yesterday, but he didn't show up at all. No phone call, no text message, not even an email, not even a DM, not a damn thing. He just didn't show up, bruh. He just went gone. He ghosted us. You know what I'm saying?
He couldn't take a break from work to work for you.
In the Matrix yesterday.
Sure. You know, it's the crystal meth. It was the crystal meth. You know what I'm saying? So, here it is. We could do tomorrow like a happy hour, happy hour holiday hangout, okay? Where we all get together during the happy hour time. So like maybe 4, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, my time, where we can get together, have some cocktails, listen to some Christmas music, shoot the proverbial ish, maybe play some games, chop it up with the crew, with the fam, and just keep it light and fun. Talk about Christmas, talk about Christmas shopping and all the crazy stuff you got to do. Light, fun, no news. I repeat, no news. So, no coronavirus news. Okay? No vaccine talk. Just fun, family time. Be able to talk, chop it up for a half hour, 45 minutes or so. Now, T, since he's finally showed up. Oh my God, he showed up. Would you be down for that or not?
I think he's frozen.
See what I'm saying?
I mean,
see, he ghosted us again. Dang. We're all eagerly waiting for your answer. What?
He needs the host's size to hold up.
His internet is trash. I don't even know what you said. Maybe just type it in the chat section. Yeah, like Y or N. T.
Like once for yes.
Well, yeah, blink or clap. There you go. He disappeared. Or blink once for yes, twice for no. He disappeared. But anyway, would that be something that you'd be down for, David?
Oh, yeah.
Your internet's fine. Your internet's fine.
And I live in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, now he's man.
All right, how about now?
Oh,
is it better now?
Whoa!
Can you hear me now?
He's had a scene change and
Can you hear me
everything.
now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So yeah, tomorrow I'm on.
Okay.
5 o'clock.
Say it again.
5 o'clock.
5
o'clock.
5 o'clock my time, Central
5 o'clock,
Standard.
I'll be on.
5 o'clock
That's
Central
fine,
Standard
I'll be
Time.
on.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Go save
All
the
right.
world in your jacket, in your leather jacket. Go save the world, Ethan Hunt. Go save the world.
Nice jacket, man.
He a black Ethan Hunt. He a black Ethan Hunt.
Just
Go
want to
ahead.
shave that.
Go save the world, Ethan Hunt. Okay. Anyway, appreciate everybody for being on. Thank you guys so much for being on, guys. I will be on tonight or tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow evening around 5 o'clock Central Standard Time to do a holiday hangout, have some cocktails and chill with all you guys. Maybe do a few shots and just keep it not so classy San Diego. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We will all see you guys tomorrow in the evening. This is the Pascal Show. Bye. Seriously, go save the world. Mission Impossible 7. Come on, man.
Love, peace, and wellness for the holidays. Don't cancel them. Prepare, STL. Decorate. Make it as normal as you can, but slow the spread of COVID. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Watch your distance. Prepare, STL, helping St. Louisans of color prepare and prevail.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, and we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.